Welcome back, everybody, to another Minecraft Cubed 5-year festival bonus video. I am very excited about this one. This video, I'm going to go over all of the shrine quests that nobody completed. Not necessarily not found, but not completed. And I'm going to show off where they were and what you had to do to complete them. So, I'm really excited about this. Shrine quests were my favorite part of this season. I think there were tons of fun to set up. I spent a lot of time working on them, so I'm glad that I'm still going to be able to show them off here, even if nobody was able to find them. Alrighty, here's the first one no one is able to find. We are in a savannah here at -500, -890. And this one isn't too difficult in my opinion, because you don't have to do that much. But let's read the ancient clue. In this savannah, 2 color blocks thrive. South you must climb, and north you must dive. Mix them together, the colors combine. Place the result on the altar, and you'll finish the shrine. Very poetic. All of the shrine quests rhyme for the most part. So what you have to do with this one, well, first, you have to read the clue, try and decipher what it is saying, but then keep in mind we had that bit about how you have to go south and north. So if we go south, we will head this way, and climbing, well, there's a hill right here, so it doesn't seem crazy to assume that maybe you have to climb up this hill. And I'm going to use scaffolding to just make it easier. And then get to the very top, and something we'll find. Nothing yet, so maybe we have to go up this tree. Alright, and here we go at the very top. We have some red concrete. Wow, that doesn't belong there. Alright, so the clue did say we had to mix it together with something. So looks like we have to go find the other block, which should be north. So this way. And it said we had to dive. You might think water, but then we also have a ravine right here, so maybe we have to dive down here. Splash. Okay. And then we have a blue concrete block. Okay. So by now you may see what we have to do here. We're mixing these blocks together, so red and blue. What color does that make? I hope you know your colors. It should be purple. So, and then I guess another part of the challenge of this shrine is you actually have to obtain a purple concrete block, which could take some time because getting concrete is a series of steps. It's not just one quick thing you can accomplish. But anyway, let's get out of the ravine and put down a crafting table. So in order to make purple concrete, you're going to need red dye and blue dye. Mix it together. The red dye should be fairly easy to get, but the blue dye you have to get from a cornflower. And I don't believe there are any cornflowers in this area, so it might be a bit of an adventure just to get blue dye. But once you get it, you can get some purple dye. Then use the crafting recipe for concrete powder. We're almost done. Now we can place the concrete powder in water, and it will automatically turn into concrete, like solid concrete. And yeah, I sort of forgot here that I also need to be able to mine it, so there we go. Purple concrete, okay. And then finally we can go ahead and place it on the shrine altar right in the middle. And there we go. Solved shrine. There's still a lot more to talk about. Okay. Alright, the next shrine quest is here in a little pond in the desert. We are at 550, 70. So let's go find the ancient clue. It's right nearby. Press the button and see. Oh yeah, let me switch to survival mode. Let's be more authentic here. Okay, ancient clue. The desert is vast. What a grand place to be. So much to do and so much to see. When it is found, you know what to do. Dig down and you'll find a shrine shining through. Okay, man, a little bit of alliteration there at the end. Okay, so as far as this one goes, it could be time consuming to figure out and also a bit obtuse in its obstructions. But what's really important here is that word see. So S-E-E, C, it sounds like a certain letter of the same name. The letter C, which I know all about. I have an elytra equipped, so I'm just going to try and fly to where we have to go here. So basically, what you're supposed to do is just look around this entire desert until you find something that resembles the letter C, which could take a while because, again, the desert is vast. It's, and it also goes in multiple directions, but this is for a shrine, okay? Sometimes you have to work hard to find it, okay? So, I'm almost there, though. I know where it is, of course. Right there. I mean, if you just found this stumbling around, you may think it is pretty suspicious. So once you find it, go ahead and dig straight down. This is one time where it's good to dig straight down. And here we have it. Some more instructions. We have to obtain a cobweb. Alright, I'm back. I already have a cobweb. Let's just go ahead and place it down. And there we go. 11 shrines left. Alright, moving right along. We are in a mountains biome. And this one is located at negative 1,670, negative 1,460. Okay. So let's go ahead and read the ancient clue. The Southpaw warrior stands here right now, strong in the mind and with power throughout, wielding a sword of diamonds galore and exactly 40 levels in store. Okay, so this one is very hyperbolic, I guess you could say. And you probably have to read it a couple of times before you really understand what you have to do. This actually is one that was found. Faller found this shrine quest. I remember she found it, and she never was able to complete it, but I think she did know what she was supposed to do. She just wasn't able to do it at that time. So let's just talk about what do you have to do. Okay. So there are a few different things to consider here, but the main idea here is that you have to be standing on this shrine altar while meeting a few specific conditions. Starting off with that first line, or that second line, about having a sword made out of diamonds galore. So if you look in my inventory right now, I currently have a netherite sword. That's not going to do it. I need a diamond sword, but thankfully and conveniently, I have a diamond sword in my inventory. It's almost as if I knew I was going to need it. Wow. All right. And then it says, moving on here, you need to have 40 levels in store. So what this is talking about is your experience points. And right now I'm at 39, so there we go, reach 40. That's the hardest part of the shrine quest, is just getting to 40 experience points. It can take a long time. I believe that's what prevented Follower from completing this one. And we're almost done here, but there's one important word here, Southpaw. So if you didn't know, Southpaw means left-handed. So if I was left-handed, I'd probably be holding my sword in my left hand. So once I do that, that should finish the shrine quest. And there we go. And speaking of Fallera, I am currently standing just near Fallera's house, which in this season she made it like this really cool looking dwelling. I think it's very nice looking. Okay, so the reason I came here is because the next shrine quest is very close nearby. You can actually see it from her house if you have the chunks loaded, which I do. So let's go ahead and check it out. This one is located at negative 1,200, 420. And I don't know if Fallera ever found this. Like, it's really close to her house, so, which wasn't intentional, by the way. This looked like a cool spot to put it, and it worked for what I wanted to do with it. And then I realized it was like right next to her house. So I'm not sure she found it or not, but either way, let's go ahead and read the clue. This cryptic riddle, try as you dare. An arrow is shot and flies through the air. If you leave this altar's bright ground, you'll find that the target's nowhere to be found. Alright, what in the world does that mean? Well, that's kind of self-explanatory, I guess. You need to shoot an arrow at a target. So I guess the real puzzle of this one is figuring out where that target is, because that it does not tell you. all it says is that if you leave the altar's ground, you're not going to be able to see it. So let's stand here and look around very closely. I'm using Optifine so I can zoom in. But Optifine is not required by any means. You can find it without it. So just look around and, oh, what's that on the tree? Is that a command block? Now pay very close attention to this. So right now we can see it on the tree, but the clue did say that if we stepped off the altar, we wouldn't be able to see it anymore. So let's just put that to the test. And yes, it's gone. And then if you come back, the target comes back. It's like magic. So that was fun to set up. So basically, this forces you to stand on this shrine altar and land a very impressive arrow shot. You can't just walk over there and press the button, because the second you step off this altar, the button goes away. So just stand here, and there we go. Alright, moving on to what I consider to be one of the most difficult shrine quests out of all 15, because, well, it's not that hard to figure out what you're supposed to do, but actually pulling it off can be time-consuming as well as just difficult. Like, you have a risk of dying. So let's just walk through it. This is one of those ones where you look around, you can't find the ancient clue, you actually have to go out of your way to search for it. Which there are a few shrine quests like that where, like, most of them have the ancient clue right nearby, but sometimes you have to go out of your way to get to it. Here it is, 60 blocks away. And let's just get rid of this creeper. Yeah, I have netherite armor. Do you think I'm afraid of a little explosion? Okay, let's read the ancient clue. Two worlds are connected. You're far, but you're near. You must visit there before you come here. Your coordinates show that you're in the right place, but in this dimension, that's not the case. Alright, so you might have to read that a couple times to figure out what you're supposed to do, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We have the right coordinates. So right now our coordinates, another creeper. Great. I'm trying to record here. Okay, we're at 1,500, -800. So these are the right coordinates, but we're in the wrong dimension. So let's just write these down here. Uh-oh. Let's not go to the complete wrong place. Okay. So figure out what the coordinates are, and then we have to go to a different dimension. So the only other dimension that really makes sense would be the nether. So the next step then would to find another portal or just make another creeper. Unreal. I really should have just turned off monsters before I did this, but whatever. I'm just going to give myself some obsidian and flint and steel so I can just easily teleport to the nether. But the reason why I say this shrine quest can be time consuming is because it can take a long time to get to like 1,500 in the nether. Like, the nether is not easy to navigate, and going in here is not going to take me there. It's going to take me like towards the middle, or towards the center of the nether, so I must go out of my way to get there. But I'm just going to teleport there, so I'll see you in a second. Alright, I'm almost there. I'm flying with Elytra. I'm cheating, basically. I should be... Oh yeah, I see it now, yeah. It's this little floating thing in the air. It looks very shrine-like, and it has some instructions as to what needs to happen next. Place some pink wool in the center of the shrine altar. Okay. So then the next step would be to get all the way back to where the shrine altar was, which... what? Oh. Haha, okay. Actually, that's a good idea. I think I'm going to do that too. And this will be the fastest way back to the overworld, so might as well. And I'll see you. Alright. So here we are. I'm back at the shrine altar, gonna place the pink wool down, and finally, we have this one complete. That's very exciting. Alright, the next shrine quest here is sort of on the beach at the edge of this savanna. And you can find this one at, let me find here. Oh, -960, 1,570. Alright, let's go ahead then and read the ancient clue. In this trial, catch 40 fish to pass. It's a tall order, so check the forecast. When the sun rises, fish here till you're done. Finish by night or start from square one. Okay, so this is one of the ones where it is very clear what you're supposed to do. The shrine quest basically tells you exactly what you have to do. But the challenge is actually doing it. So, because 40 fish is a tall order. And you basically just have to stand here and fish until you get 40. Now you'll notice that every time you catch a fish, there's this little tally thing in the chat that tells you how many you've caught, which I think is a really nice detail. It took me, one of the reasons this shrine took me so long to make is was adding that. Oh yeah, this is the shrine quest that took me the longest to make out of all 15. Like several hours. Maybe I'm just bad, but that's how long it took me to set this one up. Because there are tons of command blocks that went into this one, so maybe I should make like a behind the scenes video showing like some of these shrine quests and how I made them, but we'll see. I was really hoping someone would find this one, and I will say, Fallera came very close to finding it. I was like in spectator mode following her around, and she was like on her horse, like riding through the savannah, and like she was so close. And I really wanted to say like, you're so close, just turn around, go the other way, but she ended up going just like, right nearby it. But I'm not going to say like you're right next to it, because that wouldn't be fair for the other players. So yeah, I don't think anyone ever found this, but I think it's pretty fun. I like the idea how this one is more of a challenge than a puzzle. So like most of the shrine quests are more mental to figure out. This one is more like strategy and skill and just fishing, because one thing that you have to consider is that the shrine quest said that if you don't finish by night, you have to start all the way over. And what we're about to find out is the consequences of of that actually happening, because I foolishly started this sort of in the evening, so the day is already almost up. And if we just wait a few more seconds here, we're going to see the sort of game over message pop up. So I did this on purpose just to show this off. Any second now, I think. We're going to see a game over. Oh no. Alright, so somehow I lost the footage from the end of that montage, so I missed the actual catching of the 40th fish, so I'm now re-recording that right now. So here we go. This is fish number 40, and there we go. The shrine has been solved, and still a few left to go. Alright, moving on to the next one. This one is really cutting it close to the actual perimeters of where shrine quests can be. This one is at negative 1,910, negative 2,000. Alright, so let's go ahead and read the ancient clue. North from this altar, a jungle you'll see. There you will find parrots. Making friends is easy. Bring 2 of them back here, a noteworthy feat. When they rest on your shoulders, this shrine is complete. Alright, so pretty self-explanatory. This is another one where actually doing it is the real challenge. So you have to head to this jungle, which is actually a bamboo jungle, which is very cool. And man, very, very conveniently, I already have 2 parrots here waiting for me, so I can just go ahead and summon them and sort of lure them back over to where this shrine altar is. I quite like the shrine quest as well. I mean, I like all of them, but I do have some favorites. This one's just fun, I think. Just having to go get some parrots from the forest. It really does feel like a quest, So anyway, once you get back here, the shrine quest said that you had to let them rest on your shoulders, and that is something that will happen eventually if you just stand still. So that's what we're gonna do. We're We're literally gonna do nothing, and that is how we finish this shrine. Just hope that the parrots get lazy and feel like resting on my shoulders. There's one. We just need one more. The blue one. Come on. He's going literally the wrong direction. Okay. And, just waiting. Where did he even go? What? How did he get over there? Alright. He must have teleported. I wasn't paying attention, I guess. Oh, is he coming? Is he... Come on. Oh, I think this is it. I think this is it. There we go. 6 shrines left. Alright, the next shrine quest is just sort of wading in some water here. It is at -50, -860. Let's go ahead and read the ancient clue. Swim west from here, a monument will be seen. From it, retrieve some dark prismarine. When you place a block on this altar, your bravery will prove to never falter. Okay. So, another one of those self-explanatory ones where the real challenge is actually accomplishing the goal, not so much for figuring it out. So, I think the easiest way to do this is just to get on a boat, head west. We should be at the monument any moment now. Oh yeah, there it is. And then, I also brought along some buckets of milk because, you know, these monuments tend to give you some mining fatigue. Unless you defeat all the Elder Guardians inside, which is certainly something you can do if you want, but I'm just going to do the milk strategy so I can get out of here as quickly as possible. And also, I love how I forgot to bring like water breathing, so that's gonna make this a bit harder, but should be able to get it done still. Oh no! Quick! Gasping for air. All right. I'm just trying to find some dark prismarine. Let's see. Well, here's some. All right. So now I can drink my bucket of milk. Get busy mining, chipping away at this prismarine slowly but surely. There we go. And we are mostly done now. That's it. This is one of the easier ones, I think. You just need to make sure you have some milk and also at least enough armor so that these guardians don't kill you. Which is really not asking that much, I don't think. So now we can just row on back to where the shrine altar was. So, yeah, it's not too hard. Fun, though. I think it's a good challenge. Not overwhelming or anything like that. Just a simple one. All right. Almost back. And I should be able to place this prismarine down right in the center, and that will be another one complete. 5 to go. Alright, next up we have a pretty straightforward shrine here. You can find it at 300, 1720. And the ancient clue is just nearby. To open this shrine, a block must be found, returned to this altar, and placed on its ground. Crafting it should be with relative ease. Just be sure to watch out for the bees. Okay, so pretty clear, I think, what you're supposed to do. You have to find a block related to bees. And there's not a whole lot of options here. It's either going to be like a beehive or a bee nest. I'll tell you right now that it's a bee nest. So, first thing you're going to have to do... Actually, maybe it's a beehive. Sorry. The hardest part about this shrine, though, is that you can't find a beehive or a bee nest anywhere around here. It's going to be an adventure to find one, because I searched this area and there are none to be found. So, the hardest part of the shrine is just obtaining that honeycomb. But once you get it, you can use it to craft the hive, and there we go. 4 left. Okay, everyone, it is now time to talk about my favorite out of all 15 shrines. This one is my absolute favorite. I think it is the most fun. And I'll just tell you right now, this one is located at -1730, -340. And what's that over there? I don't know. Let's read the clue. Start this trial and watch your hearts fade away. You'll have just 3 minutes to follow the way. Vulnerable and in the still of the night, the goal of this quest is east and in sight. So east would be over there, and it's pretty clear that it's talking about that little platform over there. And okay, so let's just break down this clue, because this is another one of the ones where it's pretty clear what you're supposed to do, and the real challenge is just getting it done. So the idea here is that as soon as you press that button, it will activate that giant command block tower. And it's basically going to start a timer, and you'll have about 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, I think, to get yourself over there. But you only have half a heart, which means you can't just, be reckless and just race over there because you'll die of fall damage. And also, this entire area is claimed. This whole like mountain area is claimed, so you can't place blocks or anything like that. You actually have to find a way to get over there naturally, without taking any fall damage. And also it's going to be nighttime, so let's just press the button. So now you have to, and also you are frozen for the first few seconds to prevent you from just jumping off the cliff while you still have health. Okay, so let's just begin here. It's nighttime, so you're gonna have to watch out for skeletons, especially. I would make sure you'd bring a shield. That's what I have. And also, it is absolutely essential that you sleep before doing this shrine quest, because if you try and do this while you have phantoms after you, it is nearly impossible. Like, when I was testing this shrine originally, I hadn't slept in a long time, and like, it was impossible without the phantoms. They are relentless. So make sure you sleep. And then you just have to find a way to get over here. What I love about this one is how it really takes advantage of its location. Like, I spent a lot of time I had this idea first, and then I spent a lot of time just trying to find a place that perfectly worked for the idea of the challenge, because I needed a place where you could see where you're supposed to get to, but it wasn't really easy to get there. So in this case, you basically have to go all the way around, while also being very careful of monsters. And monsters haven't been too bad yet, but we're only like halfway there. And remember, oh yeah, and then look at that. We also have this extra intimidating monster over there. That's a stray that spawns, and it has a lot of health, so you always have to watch out for that. As soon as you press the button, it appears there. So it sort of acts like a final boss of sorts. And there's a skeleton. Thank gosh I have this shield. And, alright, we're getting close. I might not actually do this in time. Like, I'm taking a long time here. Again, because you only have 3 minutes, there's really no time for, messing around. Like, you have to be fast and careful, but also you only have half a heart, so you have to be both fast and basically perfect. You can't make any mistakes or else you'll die. And oh my gosh, 15 seconds left. Let's see. Alright, let's try that again. It's okay. Alright, I'm back. Giving this another shot. I was slain by the stray last time. But I like it that, again, like, this is a challenging shrine. It's I know I said the Nether one was the most challenging, but just sort of like in a vacuum, where just as far as like unique challenges go, this is probably the most difficult in that sense. Again, there's just a lot you have to, keep in mind here. You have the timer, only having half a heart. One way to sort of cheat on this shrine, which, I knew that you could do this, and I could have, like, sort of designed a way to prevent it, but I felt that I didn't need to. If you had an elytra, you could just glide to the other side. But I figured that most people probably wouldn't have an elytra anyway, so there's really no point. And if you did have an elytra, then you could just take advantage of that, and that's not necessarily something bad. That's you taking advantage of having an elytra. I mean, that's very late game stuff, and maybe you deserve an easy ride for this shrine quest if you've already obtained an elytra. Anyway, yeah, this was a bit scary, though. I had to deal with a whole bunch of skeletons. But I'm almost there now. And I also have a lot more time than last time, so I should be okay this time, I hope. Okay. Make sure the shield is out. And now I'm just going to very, very carefully back into this finish area. I'm very close. And there we go! And as you can see, the skeleton automatically dies. I love that shrine. Okay, moving on. Our next shrine is over here in this plains biome at 1,750, 1,510. let's go ahead and read the ancient clue. Bring to this altar some food to consume: rotten flesh, steak, an apple, and mushroom stew. Stand on the altar and eat it away. When the order is correct, you'll open the way. Okay, so this sort of like a scavenger hunt sort of shrine, where basically it tells you have to get these 4 different types of food, and you'll know that you get all of them in different ways. Like, apples come from trees, you have to kill animals to get steak. Mushroom stews, you have to get mushrooms, and rotten flesh you get from zombies. And you have to eat it in a certain order, so it's sort of like random chance. But and you can press this button, it'll reset your hunger down to 0. I already know the solution because I'm the one who set up the shrine, so I'm just going to do it. First, you have to eat mushroom stew, then steak, then rotten flesh, then an apple. And once you eat it in that order, you have finished the shrine. So look at that, only 2 left to go. All right, moving on. Our next shrine is in this forest. It's at 960, negative 1,830. And this is one that has been found but not completed. So these blocks and all of this stuff was placed by Space MC. I remember that he found this one, and he, like, I'm not exactly sure what happened. This was a long time ago. I believe that he, like, couldn't figure it out, and he planned on coming back to it later, and then, like, he lost the coordinates for the altar or something. So this shrine ultimately was never completed, and it's really not that difficult of a shrine, but there's a lot of steps, so it can be time consuming to complete. So the first step is to actually find the ancient clue, because this is one of the ones where you actually have to go and look for it, and it's said to be at a nearby lava lake, so here it is. So yeah, Space MC did get to here. That's why the lava has been extinguished. So now we can read our ancient clue. An eye of Ender soars through the air. Follow its lead until you find yourself there. Explore the site and break through the gold. Jumping into the lava requires you to be bold. Well, okay then. So the next step then is going to be to find the nearby stronghold. So you're going to need Eyes of Ender, which I guess could take some time to get, but the stronghold is very close by, so that was on purpose. I'm just going to speed this section up. Alright, I appear to have found the location where the stronghold should be, so now I should be able to dig on down and get there. Keep in mind that the ancient clue said that we have to look for some suspicious gold of some sort, so that's going to be my main objective here. It said once you get to the site, so this is the site. So now just gotta dig on down until I get down to where the stronghold is. And then the search can begin, and that's going to be the most difficult part of the shrine, is actually finding this golden spot, because strongholds can be very maze-like in their design. Also, I'm kind of suspicious of how I still haven't gotten to the shrine. I mean the stronghold yet. Yeah, I'm gonna cheat for a second. I love this. So I just happened to dig down in the exact area where I went basically right past everything. I gotta love when that happens. All right. All right, take 2. Let's try this again. I mean, that's literally where the pearl told me to dig. Unbelievable. Okay, that's okay. Hopefully now I'll be able to find it, and I'm probably going to cut out me looking for it because it's probably going to take me a little while to find it, but when I do, I'll be back. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. It took me a long time to find this. I'm trying to do this like authentic, like as if I was an actual player looking for it. It took me a while to find this place, but I did find it. There are some golden ores, so that's obviously what we're looking for. We can dig straight through there. And then the next part of the clue mentioned how once we found the lava, we had to be bold enough to jump through it. So let's go ahead and do that. And unsurprisingly enough, we are able to live. And we have one of these little instruction posts. We have to find some soul sand. So now you have to travel to the Nether if you haven't been there yet, or if you just don't have any. And then once you get back, you can place down the soul sand. And that is how you do it. Okay, and lastly, the very final shrine quest. It's at a village at 1,180, negative 430. And let's just take out this husk. You can get in the way. Okay. So we have to find the ancient clue in the village blacksmith. So, really? They're making us go look for the ancient clue? Yes. Yes, I am. Thankfully, this is once again, a very easy one to find. I mean, when you have to look for the ancient clue, it's never really that hard to find it. It's just basically an extra step. So here it is. And the ancient clue itself says, this village appears quite mundane at first glance, but this ancient clue asks you give it a chance. Explore in and out until you find something strange. When you pierce the secret, the shrine will be in your range. So kind of vague, but the key word for this one should be pierce. Hopefully that sort of clues you in that this is going to have to do with arrows. And so you're still going to have to do some exploring to figure out where you're supposed to go. So basically the idea is you're just going to explore the village, look around till you find something suspicious. I'll save everyone some time right now and just say that the place you're supposed to go is going to be this house to the left here with the pointy ceiling. So once you find that ceiling, and that's not a natural building, so that might tip you off as well. Ceilings don't normally look like that, and the reason why it does is because there's a target block up on the roof. So once you find that, you can shoot it with an arrow. Maybe? Okay. And then you have some instructions in the chat. We're not done quite yet. Now we have to get a magma block. So once again, this might call for making a trip to the Nether, or at the very least, sometimes I guess you can find magma blocks in the ocean too. But either way, you're gonna have to go and get one. But just by happenstance, I happen to have some magma block in my inventory, and this should be the end. As soon as I place this block, all 15 shrines on the server will have been found. It's sort of bittersweet, but it's been so much fun. All right. Let's just do it. That's it. All shrines found. Wow. Okay. So that's everything. Man, I really thank you all so much for tuning into this one. It was a very long bonus video, but one I was really excited to make. I had so much fun with the shrine quests. I hope you guys all did as well. Certainly one of my favorite parts of the server and parts of the season. But that's going to be all for now, so thank you so much once again, and I will see you all later.